All right. Uh, all right.
All right. Hold on, because we changed one thing to Journey.
Journey.
Okay, go ahead.
Welcome to the Firepit Conversations.
I'm your host, Ronnie.
And I'm Aaron.
This is not your typical adoption podcast.
While most adoption podcasts focus on the search and reunion process,
this is the journey of how my story
and my story
became our story. Two brothers who connected after more than 30 years.
And are now embarking on this journey together.
So grab a drink.
Or something to smoke.
And come sit at the fire pit. Good job. Good job. All right. So guess we got to welcome the people, Northfleet.
Yeah, man. Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in,
Yes. Welcome.
We Make sure everybody got their smoky smoke. Let me get my smoky smoke. You got
your drinky drink. I left my drink downstairs, so I may go get it.
How we gonna? Yeah, we gotta pause it or something. Go ahead and go get.
Okay, let me grab my drink.
Let me grab me another one too. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, going through the sky. Little Einstein, grab a board, get ready to explore. Little Einstein.
Got my drink. What you drinking on today, brother?
I got another root beer. You know what I'm saying? Not your father's root beer or your mama's.
Well, and I told you that I found them at the store up here too. So next time you come back.
Oh, what store they got them at? Winn-Dixie or Food Line?
I think I seen them at Food Line.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, well.
So we got to do our catch up.
You said we got to do what?
The catch up. The weekly catch up.
Yeah. All right. So we done welcomed everybody. Thank y'all for joining us today. Our very first podcast. I got my drink. My brother got his smoke. So, Aaron, let's check in. How have you been, my brother? How has your week been? What's going on?
Nothing out of the ordinary. A little work here, a little work there. Getting ready to go trip to Disney,
Are you excited?
I guess I've been to Disney before.
Really? When was the last time you've been to Disney?
About 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you're due another trip. You never know how to be this time around.
Yeah, I travel all the time, so it's not like I'm used to it. Like, oh, we're going on a trip. Let me prepare. Like, I know how to do this. I know how to act.
So who all is going on the trip?
It's going to be me and April and me.
Okay. A little a honey vacation. Any special occasion that y'all are celebrating?
We have our 5-year anniversary coming up.
Oh, congratulations. 5 years married. Do you have any advice for the married people out in the world?
Grab your drink or grab your smoke.
And come sit at the fire pit.
Fire pit. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's my advice.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds fun. That's going to be dope. I hope y'all have a good time. Make sure y'all take plenty of pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever. How about you? Check in with you. How's it going, man?
Man, listen. It's summer break. I don't work in the summertime, so I am enjoying not working. I actually went to the gym today.
Look at you.
I hate going to the gym. I hate it. So Pray
Why,
for
man?
me.
No, you hate going to the gym because you ain't doing the right thing.
No, I just don't like. I don't like the whole aspect of going to the gym. I wish that I could like snap my fingers and have the body that I want. And I don't want nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no 12 pack and 2% body fat. Just a little bit off here, a little there.
So what results are you looking for? Are you looking to lose weight, tone up, or lose weight?
I'm looking to lose a little and then tone up.
Okay, so once you lose the weight, the tone up, low weights, high reps.
Got you. Will do. That's such good advice. But yeah, so that's it. Debating if I'm going to work tomorrow because there is a summer program that I can work if I want to, but I don't really feel like it. I only got 2 more weeks left. So I don't know if I want to
It sounds like you'll need to do it.
That's what I said. So I'm probably not going to work. So let's just leave it at that. I'm not going to work. I'm going to stay off until, for the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to hit it hard, when I get back in.
Yeah, give these kids all. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Got to.
You know what Whitney said.
The children are the future. Ronnie love the kids.
Yeah, Trick do too.
So does R. Kelly. We won't go there.
Let's not go there.
We ain't going there.
We're going to get canceled the first 10 minutes of the podcast talking about no. And remember, it's not R. Kelly. It's Robert.
That's Robert. That's not R. Kelly.
Robert
R. Kelly is the
Kelly.
musical genius.
Robert Kelly.
Robert Kelly. Good. Well, look, we done checked in. We're going to dive right into our content. So, Aaron, Mr. Norfleet, we're going to get started with you.
Oh, shit.
We're going to get started with you, man.
Oh, shit.
So, this is the big question.
Okay.
All
right.
What was life like for you growing up? Let's start there. Because we're going to talk about, eventually we're going to talk about how we got here.
Right,
why we looking like but have different last names. That's what we're going to talk about eventually, but let's start here. What was life like for you? Where'd you grow up? Who'd you grow up with? So on and so forth. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I was born in Connecticut, December 26th, day after Christmas. I'm a Christmas baby. Shortly after that, I moved to Florida, in which I stayed. I did kindergarten in Florida. And then I moved to Stone Mountain, Georgia, east side. And I grew up with my brother, Greg. He's 2 years older than me, born 86, so about a year and some change older than me. Maybe 2 years. Yeah, 2 years older than me. We grew up together with my mother, Miss Deborah. Shout out to my mama Deborah.
Shout out to Mama Deborah.
Raised us, she raised us the best she could. But I guess one of the things we should talk about right now is I knew I was adopted my whole life.
Okay.
As far as I can remember, even kindergarten, I knew I was adopted.
So how old were you when you were adopted?
5 months.
5 months. Okay. Do you know what happened those first 5 months? Like, where were you? What were you doing? Like, who you was with? Do you know, or?
So, getting older and hearing everything, I guess I was in the hospital for some condition for 5 months. Then I was adopted, went home, lived in Ocala, Florida for a little bit, and then we moved to Stone Mountain. Like I said, my mom got a job here working for HUD, right before the Olympics, where they were trying to, people in Atlanta know before the Olympics came, they were trying to move everybody out of the projects in Atlanta. Capitol Homes, all those, all those different homes, Perry Homes. There's several different projects. So my mom came up and worked, and one of her jobs was to help the residents of those projects find housing elsewhere.
Okay.
So she would give like the Section 8 vouchers, but try to find them places to go that would take them Section 8. vouchers. So that's what she came here. When we were in Florida, she worked for a place called Healthy Start.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what she did there. I ain't gonna lie. But when
It
we
sounds
came,
like something like early intervention for little kids, like 3 and 4
like
year olds or
Healthy
something like.
Start, or it
Yeah.
sound like kind of like Medicaid kind of thing.
Okay, like
Yeah.
insurance. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. Like that, she would help people try to find insurance or find how to. I don't know. I don't know. That's something I need to ask her because, God damn it, I don't know what she did there. I was young, man. I was a young little jit then. I was.
Right.
But yeah, we got here. We moved to Stone Mountain, the lakes. If people from Atlanta know the lakes is not the best place.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't
Okay.
the best place. I think like the first week I got there, man, seen somebody get shot, seen somebody get stabbed, stuff like that. So I was seeing that at a young age, but my mom tried to protect us. We lived next door to the future mayor of Stone Mountain.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, he used to live right next door to us, and then came mayor. He got the fuck up out of there.
He said, I'm out. I'm out.
Then
That's
I'm
see,
out. I'm
this is where
out.
y'all
I'm
run out
out.
at.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it was a lot of drug dealing and violence, but yeah, my mom tried to shelter us from that and just kept us in the house. But I had some good friends that lived across like the street. There was another apartment building. I had a friend named Duval. Shout out Duval. I don't know where this nigga is. I ain't talked to him about 20, maybe 25 years. But yeah, that's where we grew up. And then eventually my mama got her money up. We moved to Tucker, Georgia. A little
Tucker.
step up.
Come through, Tucker.
And then that's where I finished my school. And I went to Brockett, I went to Henderson Middle, and then I went to Tucker High School, graduated 2007.
07.
That's right.
So you said that you always knew that you were adopted. Was there ever, I don't know, was there ever like a sit down conversation, or was it just something you guys always talked about? Like, how did you come to know that you were adopted?
I think it was just, I mean, because if you see Greg, well, people, maybe y'all get to see Greg if y'all are lucky, if we can
Maybe.
come on here. But if you see Greg and you see me, you could tell like we're not blood, but we grew up as brothers. But it was always that we know we're not blood, but to outside this household, to everybody, we're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no really sit down conversation that I could remember. But I just remember like you were adopted and just explaining that what adoption is, and but I was told at a young age I had an older brother too.
Okay.
That was like a year older than me. Yeah, that's how.
So, I've listened to multiple podcasts, and a lot of times people are always told, like, oh, there's always a story, like a birth story,
Right.
that's told to the adoptee. Do you remember, like, what Miss Deborah, Mama Deborah, do you remember anything that she told you about, like, about your birth mom or birth family or anything like that, besides that you had an older brother and that you were adopted? But do you remember if she told you anything else?
That I was Cape Verdean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she told me that part at a young age. I ain't understand it. Like, oh, I'm Cape Verdean.
Like, what is that? I still didn't know until, a few years ago.
Until your research, put it in Google. But yeah, no, that was basically it. I wasn't told much more than that. I really didn't ask no questions. Like, you told me I'm adopted, cool, whatever. I'm just gonna play the hand of the cards I was dealt. So, and I looked at life like that from like a small age, like just whatever I was dealt, that's how it is. I mean, I still do that in life too. Like, I'm not gonna, just focus. I am who I am. I don't try to be nobody else.
Right.
That's just it. Like, this is the hand I was dealt. How do we get that royal flush? You know what I'm saying? How we get that 3 of a kind? That's
Gotcha.
that's it, man.
So growing up, kids can be very cruel and very mean, and even going into adolescence can just be hard for the individual.
Right.
Was being adopted, did that at all, or how did that like impact you as a child? I mean, I know you'll go with the flow, like it is what it is, but like were
Right.
other people like not nice about it, bullying or anything like that you can recall?
Yeah, but I don't think I would contribute that to being adopted. Like I said, I went to Stonebound Elementary. I was the new kid. I mean, I probably talk different than these people in Georgia, just a little Florida accent or whatever. So they knew I was a little different. So people tried to bully me. I remember like within the first week of me getting to Stone Mountain, I got into a fight and I beat this dude with my book bag. Um, I mean, yeah, I was in shit first grade. He had to be in probably fourth, fifth grade.
Oh wow.
So playground, I just got my book bag, started whooping his ass with my book bag. Greg used to fight all the time. I would say little anger issue. Just trying to figure out who I was at the time too. You're going through a lot. Moved, got looking for new friends, looking for your identity. Going through a lot as a kid. So, yeah, I had little anger issues. But over time, I've learned to control it and, not to be angry so much. Probably why I got high blood pressure right now.
Okay, so let's do you remember like having any early thoughts about like your birth parents, like who you thought they were, what you thought they may look like what do you remember like just having any thoughts around like what that was, who they were or what they were doing or anything like that?
At a young age, yeah. I can say I did. I thought about it. I thought about like, okay, my mother, I guess she didn't want me. I guess that was my main thing was why didn't she want me?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, growing up it was hard too because it was like if my own mother doesn't want me, then nobody's gonna want me. So that was something I battled with too. And I still sometimes do at some time. Like I always have that, well shit, that I don't know why this person wanna be around. My own mother didn't. But now that I'm in my 30s, it's different. But I could definitely say in my teens to younger age, it was like, well, shit, like maybe nobody wants me. At
Mm-hmm.
least I got myself. At least my mama Deborah wanted me.
Yeah.
So I don't, But then when it came to an age, I was just like, fuck her. She ain't looking for me. I ain't looking for her.
How old were you when you got to that point?
Uh, Probably like 15, around
Yeah.
that age. In my teens, it was like you know, fuck her. Like I don't care. She don't want me. I don't want her. She can, wherever she is, that's where she is. She don't get to know this person. Because I think, not to my own. I'm a decent person, and
Beep beep, toot your horn.
you know, so it was, yeah, that was the whole thing. I was just, she didn't want me. Her loss.
Okay. All right. So let's fast forward a little bit. Let's
Okay,
fast forward,
let's
right?
fast forward.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
fast forward a little bit. Okay. So let's talk about your search and reunion process. Have you connected? How did you connect? When did you connect? Like, tell us about how you connected with your birth family.
So I wasn't looking to connect. Just,
Mm,
just let me just put that in there. I was not looking to connect with no birth family or anything like that. I just wanted to know what my ancestry was.
mm-hmm,
I wanted to know what nationality I was. Those are the questions I had the most of. What am I? Like, I'd be like, people, Spanish people like, oh, you look, maybe you got some Puerto Rican in you, something like that. So that's what turned me to Ancestry DNA. So I
mm-hmm,
did my ancestry. Um, and it popped. Like when my results came back, it went and said I had a half sister, and well, it said I had two half sisters, and I mean, our chromosomes was like there. So I mean,
mhm.
it was something we couldn't deny. And so when it popped, I'm not gonna reach out to nobody. And she reached out to me. Shouts out to Martina. And I started chatting with her on Ancestry, and she
Mhm.
was like, "It says we're half brother and sister." And I shared my story. Yeah, I was put up for adoption. Here's my birthday, and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna ask my mom what's going on." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask my mom why is this the case? So I guess she reached out to her mother, and her mother reached out to me and said that she was going to take a DNA test. And which she did, and then results came back, and her response was, drum roll, please.
Drrrr.
It looks like we're related.
What do you think she meant by what do you think she meant by that? What you mean we related?
Can I cuss on here? I wanted to say bitch related.
No, it just feels
Related.
like a stronger, like I'm related to my sixth cousin twice
Right,
removed.
twice removed. So that's how I took it. I was like, oh, related. So it was just like, you know what? Some doors ain't meant to be open. Maybe this was one that wasn't meant to be open.
Yeah.
So I chat with her with a little bit, and then Martina comes out and is like, hey, my mom said she did give somebody up for adoption, and you could be her son. She gave up a baby around Christmas time, and it was just a whole, like, okay, my whole thing is numbers don't lie. That goes for chromosomes, that go for everything. Numbers don't lie. If so when that came up, to me it was like, now you should have been honest with your daughter. You should have just said, hey, you know what? It's a possibility that's my son. It's a possibility. But I feel like that
Like
was
a 50% chance.
at 75.
It's actually a high,
75.
because you could have been half on her daddy's side, but then I guess not, because the two sisters, they don't have the same dad.
Right.
So she is the common denominator. Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
if I pull up half brother to both of you, and y'all don't have the same father, okay, 1 + 1 is equaling 2 in this situation. But it just really, like I said, some doors ain't meant to be open, and I felt like that door didn't really have to be open. It didn't even really have to be cracked. It ain't had to be unlocked.
Right.
But it was. So from there, after she took hers, after the egg took took her DNA test,
Mhm.
and it popped like that. Started talking to Martina. I was talking to her. She would ask me questions like, wow, this is so cool, man. This is amazing. I'm so happy I get to meet you. So it was genuine love. So
Mhm.
it was cool to me. And then, I just left Ancestry. And for all those people that don't know about Ancestry, every time you get a match, you get an email that says you have, what does it say? A DNA match. That's what.
Uh-huh. You have
Um,
you have a new DNA match to explore.
yeah, and sometimes it'll be like third cousin, second, fourth
Mhm.
cousin. So I just be like, yeah, whatever. I ain't opening up them can of worms either. So I used to just leave them alone, leave them in my inbox, whatever. And then eventually, boom, boom, boom. That's when you took a test
Boom. And then I took the test.
and you reached out to me.
And I did. And I did.
So on that note, let's talk about you. Let's
Okay.
talk about you. I mean, we
Okay.
talked about me. I talk too much. I don't like talking.
Okay, let's talk about me. Let's talk about me. What you want to know?
Oh, well, just how did you grow up? How 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 was it growing up for you?
Okay. So, um, I was born in Connecticut as well.
Ooh,
Oh, but similar to you, I left Connecticut when I was super, super young. Way before I had any memory. So we ended up moving to South Carolina. And then when I was 5, my older sister died. And when my sister died, my mom just was like, yeah, I can't take it here in South Carolina no more. So we moved to Ohio, which is where my mom is from. So typically, I always tell people I'm from Ohio. Like, that's just what I do. I tell them I'm from Ohio.
I tell people I'm from Florida.
It just makes it so much easier. So I've always been the one to tell them I'm from Ohio. I grew up the last of 7 kids. So there's 7 of us, 4 boys, 3 girls. I'm the baby, but there's a huge age gap between me and my siblings.
How? So your sibling closest to you is how much older than you?
My sibling closest to me is my brother, and he is 21 years older than me.
You know what? You know, DC Young Fly is the same way.
So I actually saw a clip where he was like, his dad was like 60 or something around his, I was just like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, so the way I grew up was I always knew that my parents were older when they had me. My dad was my mom's second husband. So my 6 sisters and brothers were from my mom's previous relationship.
Okay.
Left her husband, came, moved to New York.
Cookie.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Let me tell you, first of all, Cookie, that's my girl. So that's my heart, that's my love. And my dad, so it's Cookie and Ronnie Sr., 7 of us. My older brothers and sisters, we didn't grow up in the house together. My dad has no other children besides me. So I'm my mom's youngest, my dad's only, right? So I really grew up like an only child, but I had a bunch of nieces and nephews, and they were all right around my age. So I have a nephew that's 2 months older than me. I have a nephew that's 10 months younger than me. I have a niece that's like a year and a half younger than me, another one that's a year and a half older than me. So I like my niece and nephews grew up so much more like my siblings than my actual siblings did.
Right.
Which was really cool. And then, like I said, because my sister died, my sister's son, my nephew John, my mom got custody of him. So me and John, who are only 2 months apart, we grew up like not just like regular brothers. We grew up like twins. What I mean twins, like my mom bought us all the same clothes. And sometimes she would give a little variation where we wore it in different colors. So if he had it in blue, I had it in green type thing. Like, but everything, our bed sets was the same. Our TV was the same. Our comforters, we were like twins. And everybody be like, oh, are y'all twins? We'd be like, no. Are y'all brothers? No. Are y'all just
Did y'all go
friends?
to school together?
No. We went to school together up until I was in the 5th grade.
Okay.
We were in the same grade.
Lord bless.
Like, we're only 2 months apart, and our birthdays are both in the summer. So it's not like one of us was like a late birthday. But we were never in the same class.
Gotcha.
Same school, different classes.
I got you. I hear you.
And then in 5th grade, I went to another school. So I ended up going to a performing arts school. And my nephew, John, ended up staying in just like the regular public school. So we that's where our individuality started to come in at.
Shouts out to public schools.
Shout out to public school. You know, I love, listen, that's where I got my chops at, you know.
Yeah.
But I grew up not knowing I was adopted. Never knew. And the thing was, I felt like I had the perfect setup. I had a mom who had this previous marriage. I had a dad who had no children. These 2 people come together and they have this child. My dad is really chocolatey, but me and my dad look just alike. Our hands are the same. Our noses are the same. We look just alike. He's just very dark. My mom is lighter. So it never like threw a red flag. My mom would always say that I was the last of the Mohicans, right? She'd always say stuff like I was a pleasant surprise. I was like, girl, I was an accident.
No, you wasn't no accident. That's different. The accident is an accident. A pleasant surprise means you was a surprise. Look, like, ooh, I'm here.
but that's the thing. Think about this though. Here I am. this child who's trying to figure out, lady, why is your grandkids and your child the same age? Who would start over again? And so I used to say, well, mine was an accident. And one time we were driving back from New York because my dad's mom lived in New York. So we would go to New York multiple times a year. And one time we were driving back from New York and she told me my birth story. So here I am again. I ain't got no reason to think that nothing else exists. Like, you know, it is what it is. So she tells me, I don't remember all the details, but what she said that I do remember is that she did not know that she was going to have a baby, that she went to the hospital and boop, there I was. And that was the story. So what I knew of
like
my
that
birth,
TLC show, like I didn't know I was pregnant, like
exactly. So that's what I was thinking, right? My whole life, I'm thinking, you know, my mom just didn't know. Fast forward, I'm 16, and my mom has a sister. Well, had a sister, rest in peace. My mom had a sister at the time who was alive, who I had never met. I'm 16 years old, never met my aunt. But I knew that something had happened way before I was born, to where my aunt left her children with a note on them saying, Cookie, take care of my girls, and left.
wow.
And so my mom took care of my aunt's two daughters. And then eventually she just had one and my mom's aunt had the other one. So I knew that story, and that was like the most I knew of my aunt. And so I kind of just like left it there, right? I was like, oh, you know, my mom and her just got beef from, these is two sisters who can't communicate well, just got beef or whatever. Right. But when my aunt came to visit us, she I was in the kitchen at our place that we lived at, and my aunt says, hey, when are you going to find your real family? I'm confused. I said, say it again.
Come again, say what?
Come again, say what? She says, yeah, when are you going to find your real family? You come from good stock, and you should really try to find your own family. I was just like,
what she mean by good stock? Like full African?
I don't know what she meant. I to this day don't know what she meant. She died, and literally that was the last time I seen her. So
that's tough.
And you know, so we all have that one family member who has, you know, done some time, that's always trying to live dangerous or whatnot. So that was my older brother. My older brother would call me sometimes, be like, hey, I need you to take me over here, sit in the car. Don't worry, ain't nobody gonna bother you. So I used to do that for my brother. So my brother had called me and said, hey, take me over here, you know, don't worry about it. I said, okay. So when I was getting ready to take him back home, I said, hey, my aunt told me this. What do you know? Like, what?
Come on, now. I do favors for you. Do a favor for me. Do a solid for me.
And this is the third of my mom's 7 kids. So he's like one of the oldest. He would know. And he was like, what? That's why mom don't fuck with her now, because she always try to start mess and full of drama, be lying and shit. That's why mom don't fuck with her now. This me. Oh, okay. All right. Chill. Calm down.
So question. What made your mother decide that she wanted to adopt anyway?
I have no idea.
Hey, I mean, that's a good response. If you don't know, you don't know. Like, hey.
I think it is that her and my dad wanted a child together. But by the time my parents decided that, my mom was in her mid-40s. And I don't think she was physically able to have children, or it may have been difficult. I don't know. But needless to say, by the time I got home, my brother had called my mother. My mother had put my aunt out. I ain't seen my aunt after that.
So your aunt was staying with you?
No, she stayed with us. She had come because she lived in Atlanta. And she had come to Ohio to visit for the weekend, but my mom put her out.
Oh, so she didn't even make it to Saturday night.
No.
She had no Saturday night fever.
She spent a night. I do remember she spent one night. She told me that Saturday night she was sleeping somewhere else. I don't know where she slept, but I hadn't talked to her since. And then she passed away a few years after that. So.
Oh yeah. So ain't no talking to her.
But again, for me, my aunt's story didn't make sense. My parents' story did. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Adopted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look like my dad. I'm my mom's skin color. These people treat me amazing. We not rich. You know, in my mind, like, only rich people adopt. Like, I'm thinking like Daddy Warbucks from Little Orphan Nanny type stuff. Like, only rich people adopt. We ain't rich. So I'm like, you know, it makes no sense to me. And I didn't think my parents would have ever like kept a secret or hid or lied or to me. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. And I just kept on going by my life.
Oh yeah, I hear that. So then, so with your ancestry, how did you find out?
So
Or with how did you find out about,
the adoption?
Option.
Dun dun dun. So I found out ancestry.com. So my love of my life, he bought me and him both a ancestry kit around Father's Day.
Okay.
And it was like, okay, this is cool. So we're going to spin it too. We're going to find out what our ethnicity is. You know, much like you, people tell me, oh, you Puerto Rican, you mix with something. You know, my mama used to always say, we got Cherokee. My dad used to say, oh, we got Blackfoot Indian. Like, so I'm like, I want to find out what this is. So cool.
Hell yeah, because if you Indian, you get that check.
I want my check. So
and you ain't gotta pay taxes, and you can go to school free. It's a lot of shit
for free. And I want my student loans paid. You hear me, Joe? Uncle Joe, Auntie Kamala. Y'all hear me? I want my stuff paid.
Yeah. Come on now. Pay his motherfucking student loans. He's doing stuff for the children right now.
I'm working for the kids. So, do my ancestry. Really didn't think twice about it. Really did not think that I would like find this family. Really didn't even like remember or like recollect this conversation that my aunt had with me. So I got my results back on my birthday.
Oof.
2020. And the craziest part was we were in Florida. It was a group of us, like 8 or 9 of us had went to Florida. We had just went jet skiing, had a blast. My homegirl wig fell off because she fell in the water. She got threw off the jet ski, fell in the water. Wig fell off. We had to go to the mall to go to the wig shop to get her another wig because we was about to go ATV in.
Oh, I would have left her bald headed. If she go ATV, that motherfucker might fly off again.
See, she would have had the helmet on. So
oh yeah, I didn't think about that, boy. I would have left her bald headed. I'd have it looking like Amber Rose.
Right. Well, no, she looked like Cleo from Set It Off. She had the braids braided back. Yeah,
it was crazy. The worms.
Right. So I was like, I said, well, I ain't going in the mall. I'm gonna sit in the car. And when everybody came back, I got the notification. Your ancestry DNA results have come in. Everybody like, man, don't check it. Wait till later, check it. We go on ATV. And I'm like, okay, cool. I open it up. The first thing I see, parent-child relationship with this other woman. I said to myself, I'm like, this ain't Cookie. I don't know her. I cleared it up, swiped up. I said, I ain't got time for this shit. I'll deal with this shit on Monday.
Not today, Jesus. Not today.
I ain't got time. I'm going ATV.
Not today, Jesus. Not today.
Not today. And so that was, I think my birthday was on a Friday. No. It was on a Saturday. So that Sunday is when I hit you up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that was it.
Now, question, I can't even remember. Did I respond right away?
Actually, you did. You respond. I don't even think it took a long time for you to respond.
Like, what's a long time? Because a long time for you ain't a long time for me.
Right.
I think because it hit me, it might have been, was it an hour, maybe a couple hours? I don't even know if it was that long.
It was, let me see. I'm actually gonna go back because see, it was, it doesn't even give you a timestamp, but it had to be the same night because I hit you up that night. And This was literally my message because I've looked at this message like a dozen times. I said, "Hey, my name is Ronnie. I've recently, very recently, received my DNA results. You and I have matched through the system as siblings. Not sure what to say, but I figured saying something was better than nothing at all. I hope this message finds you well."
What did I say?
You said, "What's good, man? Yeah, I did ancestry last year because I was adopted at 5 months and I found my birth mother, but have no idea who my father is."
Yeah, that
And
sounds
then
about
I
right.
just went on a tangent of questions because I was like, this is information overload.
Right.
I was like, I have no, like, this is all new. I'm still hungover from my birthday weekend.
Yeah, sir. I knew you was. I bet you was. Now knowing you now.
Oh my God. It was so, listen, not to get off topic, but it was so bad because we drank so much and our flight left Florida at like 6 a.m.
Mm.
We were so drunk, packing, cleaning up the Airbnb, getting ready to go, but we still had like liquor left. So me and my best friend
Oh God, you don't even gotta tell
was
me.
drinking at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning because we're not wasting this, and we ain't got room in our bags to take it with us. So
Shouts out to Randall.
shouts out to my boy
You ain't
Randall.
even had to tell me who it was. I knew who it was. I knew who it was. You could say your best friend, and I was like, oh, and alcohol and your best friend equal one thing, Randall.
Randall. Shout out to Randall.
Shout out to
So
Randall.
it was really, so we had got home late and we actually went out to dinner with me and Tony went out to dinner with both sets of our parents because my dad's birthday is 3 days after mine. So we were celebrating our birthday together. I still hadn't told Tony. I hadn't told anybody. And so this is the craziest part. So I had screenshot the matches section of DNA, ancestry DNA, that had you and Corey's name because y'all come up first too. And I sent it to him at the dinner table, and I told him, I said, "Listen, I just sent you a text message. Don't look at it until we get in the car to go home." And he was like, "Okay." And when he got in the car, he looked at it. We rode back home quiet.
Like, didn't say nothing to nobody?
We
like, y'all didn't say nothing to each other?
What was there to say? We was just like...
I would have said, well, damn.
We were at a loss because we also didn't have any information. So so truthfully, my mind was going a million miles a minute because literally the first thought I had in my mind was, oh, maybe my dad had an affair, got this girl pregnant, and my mom and dad raised me. Well, I hadn't talked to you, so I didn't know yet, but I was just like,
ooh, he double, triple dipping.
Right. So I was just like, because it's still in my mind, I belong to at least one of my parents.
Right. So do you think it was denial or was it more of what? So how would you explain it? Would you say that you were denying the situation? Like, did you deny that this could be true? Or was it more like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. I feel you. So I think what it was for me is I could acknowledge that I had a different birth mom, right? But I still felt like we were not rich, right? And in my mind, adoption only happened to rich people. And there was no way that I could not have been connected to these two people who had loved me, protected me, guided me, and raised me. So the most logical thing in my mind was, oh, my daddy must have had an affair, had this child, and my parents, and she was unfit, and my parents decided, we're going to raise him. We're going to raise him as ours. So that was, I think it was, for me, it was rationalizing. But I hadn't talked to you yet about the adoption and hadn't reached out to the egg yet. So, yeah. So that was that.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. So, I know you said in your message that, you know, saying something was better than nothing. What did I guess I want to scoot back a little bit.
Okay, scoot back.
So when you and Tony did, finally talk about it. How was it? How did that situation go? How did that conversation go?
You know, it's so funny because you've now known Tony for a few years, and I think you know this, but he's just not a confrontational person, and he's a little more cautious, and so he was just like, well, the two things I can remember him saying, one was, "Are you okay?" And the other thing was, "That still don't matter. Them still your parents."
Right,
So it was
right,
like trying to like smooth it over before it escalated.
right. I feel that.
Yeah.
You know,
So
Toto was like, so you mean to tell me?
but now I will tell you the funniest person, because the next person I told was my best friend from childhood. Me and my best
Mhm,
friend from
mhm.
childhood have been friends since we were 8 years old. And all throughout high school, my best friend lived with us.
Right,
And so when I told him, he literally was like, "That's not true." I'm like, I'm sure I wouldn't lie about this. Like,
right,
I would have no reason. Like, it's not April Fool's Day, so it's not like I'd have a reason to lie to make up a joke. Like, he was like, no, he was like, but Ronnie, I was there. I'm like, but you weren't in the delivery room. This is what I'm telling you. This is what it is. And he was like, but you look just like Big Ronnie. I'm like, I hear what you saying. I'm telling you what the DNA is saying. He had like the most like, I think he was more shocked than me.
right. I mean, understandable. It's a shockable situation, especially in your case where you didn't know.
Yeah. And
You know
at
what
this
I'm
time, I'm
saying?
33.
Right,
I'm
right,
full grown. Like
right.
Eric may say, I'm full grown. And I'm finding this
Little
out. So
girl.
it was crazy. But I think what was important was that you and I had then been able to kind of connect. And
Right.
fast forward, look where we're at now.
Look at us now.
Look at us now doing what I have not found another podcast like this, where two brothers, both adopted separately, connect after more than 30 years and are not only connecting, building a relationship, but also are inviting other people on their journey as well. So shout out to us.
Shout out to us. I
Shout
wish we
out to
had
us.
the hand clap little audience in the
I
background.
know. We gotta do the hand clapping. We gotta make that happen. So when we edit it, maybe we'll try to put that in. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, do the little hand clap. Shouts out to us.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but yeah, so I think that's it for today. We gonna I mean, we talked about how we got to the beginning of us,
Yeah.
and now we have these people on this journey with us.
Yeah, and y'all keep on following us on this journey,
Yeah. Hashtag Firepit Conversations. Follow us on
Yes.
Instagram.
That's it.
Now,
Instagram.
before we go, before we
Oh,
end the podcast,
before we end the podcast, what we got going on, Ronnie?
so we are the Fire Pit Conversations, and we will eventually get to how we came up with the name Fire Pit Conversations with you all. But I thought about like fire and whatnot, and I was just like, for us to continue to get to know one another and grow and build and bond, we want to learn more about each other. So I want to ask you, and then you can ask me too. What burnt you up this week? Not realistically, like not physically. I don't want you to have no burns on you, but what burned you up? What made you mad this week?
Like, we're gonna say 7 days.
We
The
could
past
we could
7 days,
say
because
14 days. Or we could say
what burnt me
recently.
up inside?
Yeah, what burnt you up inside?
Going to the doctor, find out about this high blood pressure. It burnt me up. It burnt my insides up. It burnt my mind up. It burnt me up inside. That's what it did. But you know what? Now I'm gonna deal with it. We gonna deal with it. Hopefully, ain't gonna have to be on no medicine for too long.
Not for too long. Now, let me tell you the craziest part. Most people would ask you, do you have a family history of hypertension?
Well, now that I know, no. But
Not that we
beforehand,
know
I
of.
ain't had no clue what my family stuff was.
Yeah,
So but after taking that, and I guess we could give y'all a little sneak peek after meeting and talking with the sperm and the egg. We Yeah, high blood pressure isn't in our. We got a lot of stuff wrong with us, but high blood pressure ain't there.
Yeah, I don't
So,
think we do. I don't think
so,
so. But
so
also being adopted, and as we'll talk about how forming other bonds and relationships with other biological family members has gone, we really just don't know
we don't know.
and may never know.
May never. But you know what? All like I said earlier, you gotta, play the cards that you was dealt. I was dealt this high blood pressure shit for a
And
little
that's
bit.
and that's it.
That's it. So I'm gonna take it out as is. It don't matter if it's family related or if it's not. It's just it is what it is at this point. So I'm gonna deal with it. But yeah, that's what burned me up inside. How about you, Ronnie? What burned you up inside this past week? I give you 14 days too. You were generous and gave me 14 days. I ain't
Okay.
need it. But I give you 14 days. What burned you up?
So what burned me up for real
Ooh,
is that
don't get us canceled, bro.
I'm not gonna get us canceled. It might be a little controversial, but not canceled. So I feel like the world, as a society, as a country, we are so unevolved and got so many issues. So all I've been seeing up and down my social media timelines have been about Keke Palmer and her boyfriends, whatever, and Usher. And I just feel like, don't we got bigger fish to fry? Like,
Yeah,
don't we
because I
got
wasn't
bigger
going to touch
issues?
base on that because I feel like it would be double standards. But you know what I'm saying? But
I just
we
feel like
got
we got
bigger
bigger
fish to
issues.
fry. Yeah, yeah. I
I'm just
agree.
saying,
100%.
student loans they just said they is not forgiving the student loans. Roe versus Wade has been overturned. The last 3 Tulsa massacre survivors just got told, no, y'all not getting no reparations. Like, I just feel like,
We still got weed
weed
illegal in
is
places.
illegal.
Let's just call it what it is. Like,
We just got so many bigger
going on.
issues. I don't really care about Keke, Usher, and Kiki's baby daddy, who I don't even know his name. Like, I just feel like
No.
this is just dumb.
And everybody know Usher got herpes. She wasn't gonna do nothing with him.
Right.
So I mean, but granted, let's talk about it for a second because I
Right.
feel like it's double standards. I feel
Okay.
like if a man had a baby's mother and was with her, and he went, let's say,
To the strip club.
he went to well, I don't even want to say the strip club because we got to do it even playing field. Let's say Ice Spice. He
Okay.
got caught with Ice Spice or something like Ice Spice caught him on stage and he had on nothing but like a shirt unbuttoned and all
Unbuttoned
this
down to
stuff.
here.
Yeah, and he did what he did with her. Women would be like, "Oh no, he with Ice Spice," you know. And so I feel like it's a double standard. But I mean, like you said, at the end of the day, we got so much fish to fry. Keke Palmer is the last thing. If she want
It's
to
the
dance
last
with
thing.
Usher, if she want to dance with motherfucking Joe Biden, if she want to dance with anybody, that's her business. She a grown woman.
Exactly.
And who are we to judge?
And more importantly, I feel like this is their profession, right? They are entertainers, both of them. Regardless of anything, they're
Right.
entertainers. And you don't need to be that insecure to where you go to social media, not to the person, but you go to social media to talk about your disgust or your dislike for what she did. Like, come
Now,
on.
question: were they together?
I mean, I don't really know.
So,
I'm not in a bed. I don't
right,
know.
because I was gonna say if they knew, and if that's her baby daddy, if she was going somewhere, he was probably watching the baby. He knew how she left the house. He knew how I left the
Exactly.
house. I mean, granted, he a nobody, obviously. He can't say, no, you need to put something on. You know what she gonna say? She gonna say, nigga, I am Keke Palmer. Who the fuck are you?
Who you?
So,
Nobody know
then,
you.
right. So if that's the issue and you insecure because your woman is more noticeable than you, then that's something that you got to fight within too.
Exactly.
Like that's
So
personal.
step your game up, my dog. Listen,
Yeah,
you got a
step
bad
my game.
but let's be honest. Since Keke has had this baby, Kiki's body is banging. Like, no body shaming. I don't want to get us canceled before we start.
Let me keep my mouth shut because you know I got a lot to say on that.
Keke has this confidence about her now that is so beautiful, and it is sexy, and it is attractive. And it's like, let her flaunt it. Because the truth of the matter is this girl has been acting since she was a child. Ain't never had no regular life. Ain't never went to college and got her slutty years. Let her be classy and ratchet at the same time.
We're talking about Aquila. We're talking about Aquila here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be mad at her for doing what she wanted to do. So it grind my ears too. And look, it even got us off subject and talking about it. And that's where the world at with it. Like, the world just is looking for something else. And
instead of focusing on what the problems are right now.
Focus on what the problem is. And when something pops like this, you know there's something bigger on the underline.
And that's all I'm saying. We need to be focused on making our country, our society. Let's focus on making that better. And let's not talk about millionaires and their problems, because majority of America, majority of the world are not millionaires. Right. Let's focus on the issues at hand.
Yeah,
Forgive these student loans. Uncle Joe, Auntie Kamala, forgive them.
And legalize marijuana everywhere.
And legalize marijuana.
Everywhere. And set the people free. Let them go. Free. The people who are incarcerated for marijuana offenses need to be let go and free. We do those two things, that's a step in the right direction. But you know what? We focus on Keke Palmer. We focus on Lizzo going to Lakers games in thongs. We focusing on the wrong thing with people who don't really give a fuck about us. We talking about millionaires. We talking about billionaires. We talking about people who don't even know who you and I are. But it's something that gets people talking. Exactly. Was it a publicity stunt? Maybe she got a movie coming out. Maybe she got a new album coming out. You know, even though her and Nick Cannon on the artists, they on the same thing. Their music is corny, but it's irrelevant. Sometimes you have people who have other motives. So maybe she had a different motive. And guess what? I guarantee you her name was searched on Google millions and billions of times because of that situation. So you putting money in that person's pocket.
Who already got money. And mind you, those Tulsa massacre survivors who are all over 100 years old ain't got their reparations yet. And we're told that they're not getting them. So
they not. You can hang it up.
For me. They were told it wasn't. So what I'm saying is, what's more important? The fact that these 3 Black people survived a massacre infiltrated by white folk.
That's right. Say it.
Or that Keke Palmer was dancing with another entertainer. I'm just saying, what's more important? Let's talk about the importance. Let's try to fix the issues that this country has.
And we can't, we got to take it back to like this. You remember when Nicki Minaj, shouts out Nicki, I like better than Cardi. Sorry, but Nicki Minaj, when she used to give people lap dances on stage.
So did Beyonce and Kelly.
And it wasn't a situation then.
So why is Keke so different? But again, we getting off topic. The fact of the matter is, it ain't that it happened. Is that we as a society are focused on things that are really irrelevant or not as important as other things that are really going on in the world. So that is the thing that burned me up in the last 14 days.
Oh man, it would have burnt me up too, but I ain't even giving no attention. I kept on seeing Keke and Usher, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I seen her in this see-through dress. I was like, "You know what? Let me not even worry about what's going on, because I don't care."
Exactly.
Keke don't pay none of the bills here.
Not here neither.
No, she can't spell Georgia Power. Aquila, you can't spell it here.
But now, Keke Palmer, if you'd like to pay these student loans. I will gladly give you my account number. Reach out, hit us up on Firepit Conversations on Instagram. Subscribe to our podcast, which will be on all podcast platforms. All of that.
And I'll support you, Keke. Matter of fact, I'm not saying I don't support you. I'm saying people need to mind their fucking business
and focus on.
I think that's what
relevant.
You saying too, right?
Yeah,
is people need to mind their business.
Mind your business and let's focus on things that are relevant.
Yeah, and that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And it's crazy, man. So
that had burned me up. See, that got us both fired up. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, we both was fired up. My blood pressure high.
And you already got blood pressure issues.
Yeah, I can feel it. My forehead twitching and the veins is popping and everything for no reason.
For no reason. None.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, y'all. Well, that is the end of our very first episode of Firepit Conversations. Again, I am your co-host, Ronnie.
And I'm Aaron.
And we thank you so much for coming today. We hope that y'all join us next week, or our next episode. We'll be talking about our reconnection day.
Ooh.
And what led up to it.
Ooh.
And how was it?
Ooh.
So tune in. We'll drop another episode in 2 weeks. But again, the next time, grab your drink
or some to smoke
and come sit at the fire
pit.